Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Cookiewaffles. If you do enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe. If you don't, dislike the video. Leave some feedback on why you disliked it so that I can improve later videos to hopefully get that dislike into a like. And for those who also like, also leave some feedback just so that I can continue improving the channel as well. Well, but with that out of the way, let's get to the meat of the video. As we all know, Cyberpunk 2077 literally just came out. But like any other new game, it does have its fair share of issues. Some issues that seem to be more on the game breaking side. Such as when you're first starting up that game, getting to that main menu, and boom, the game just crashes. Or once you've spent all that time working on building your character, creating that character, and finally being able to start that new game, boom, another crash, and you have to start all that work over again. All that tedious work creating that character. Or it even happens during gameplay, while you're in a dialogue with another player, right before you start a mission. So along those lines, more crashes occur. Now, Cyberpunk has released a one-day patch which fixes some of the issues, but people are still having a lot of issues with this game. A lot of crashing, a lot of frame rate dropping, having to play on lower resolutions just to hopefully counteract this problem. And that's not even just the crashing portion of it. And just for people who are experiencing crashing on the PC side, you do have a little bit more control over your environment. There are a few things you want to do to help limit that crashing. One is to definitely make sure your system requirements meet the game requirements. A lot of people skip this step thinking, oh, my PC will work with this. But they don't meet what the game requires of them. Their PC isn't built to handle that stress. Also with overlays. Turn off in-game overlays. Both Steam and if you have GOG installed, they cause this. They have in-game overlays which for some reason has interface glitches with the actual game itself, which causes it to crash. Also make sure those drivers and software that you have on your computer are updated. If you do this, you'll limit the risk of crashing even more. It's not a guaranteed solution, but it's going to help. But for Xbox gamers and PlayStation gamers, you're kind of at the mercy of when Cyberpunk releases patches. There's no real fix except for lowering your resolution settings if you get the game working long enough to get to those settings options. It's kind of a forced deal with you. So let's just look into a bit more of what's going on during this whole entire console experience. As you can see, we are on Polygon.com. Looking at this article, Cyberpunk 2077 on PS4 and Xbox One seems to have major problems. Crashes, pop-ins, and more by Patricia Hernandez. And this happened just yesterday, December 9, 2020, at 11:13 p.m., so right around, almost at the end of the day, Eastern Standard Time. And it's really, this article is talking about a lot of the issues that are occurring, a lot of the crashes that are happening, the choppy gameplay, freezes, strangely geometric NPCs, all these things that are currently happening. It's very crazy on how this is happening. Players are logging in to find an extremely unoptimized experience on last generation consoles. It is worth noting here that this game was originally being developed for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 before this newer generation. So I would have expected something a little bit more out of Cyberpunk than what we're receiving, this choppy gameplay and such. Having to play on lower resolutions because of it all. It's just really strange to see this. We've seen it with Witcher 3 where it has it on the newer gen and older gen. It looks way better on the newer gen, of course, but it still looks pretty great on the older gen as well, on the older consoles you can play it on. But as we can also see, that Cyberpunk has done a little bit of work for us. They have created a day one patch, which does fix some of the issues, but players are still reporting issues even after installing and updating their game. Uh, a lot of the contents you're going to see right now are about people who aren't playing without day one patch. So definitely make sure, I can't stress enough, to update your game fully. Make sure it's fully updated. Make sure you got that patched install. But it's not guaranteed to fix everything. People are still reporting these crashes, the choppy gameplay, freezes. That stuff's still happening. And it's crazy just how much this game is crashing on everyone. It's completely insane. Yes, it's a big game. Yes, it is going to stress your system out a bit. But Cyberpunk, the people who made the game, should have been able to see this during development and figured out countermeasures to still make the gameplay worth it. People are saying here that it's shockingly disappointing. It's crazy that it fixed the game on base PS4 console, please. People are begging for this. For 720p. Some people are actually playing with 480p. Which is crazy. I can't imagine this game on 480p. It's gonna look so choppy, so bad. We got the frame drops, blurry visuals, and crashes. It's honestly what this person is saying. What the hell, guys? You've had all this time, over 5 years in development. You had plenty of time to make sure that this game was going to rock it. But we have all these crashes. We have to play on these lower resolutions just to minimize the hope of the game not crashing, and still have it crash sometimes. It's completely ridiculous. And if we just keep on going, fans who are playing on PC are having to be faring a little bit more okay. Updating your drivers, turning out the overlays like I said earlier in the video, seem to be helping fix the issue to a degree, but there are still issues that are happening. It's not always running smoothly, sadly enough. And it's not just game-breaking glitches that are happening that are crashing the game. There are a few other weird glitches like this one right here, where we'll actually see the person just clip out on the top of the vehicle right there. It's kind of strange to see that happening. It's pretty cool too. Those are like the glitches that aren't game breaking that we don't mind, because it provides a good laugh, some entertainment, something that we weren't really expecting. And the guy in this video was just laughing at seeing this because, yeah, it was hilarious. And right here, worth noting, early reviewers were provided PC code to the game. But most reviewers may have found glitches like up above, but not anything at the level of what we're currently seeing on social media right now. I don't know how they managed to miss this. I don't know what happened here to force this mishap to happen. Yes, this is not on the PC and not fully on the Xbox One, or PlayStation 4, but I assume they had their own reviewers for that as well, who should have seen this happening, should have been able to report this. I don't know how this flew underneath the radar. It's kind of weird. Here, Polygon saw a player complain because a car appeared out of nowhere, causing them to crash. Some, randomly appearing car. Wasn't there at first, then suddenly, spawned in, wasn't fully loaded or something, and crashed them. Another Xbox One player had to restart their game after trying to fast forward through dialogue, and it crashed their game. They had to restart, and it happened more than once during that same little scene. And it seems to be struggling a lot with the open world segments for whatever reason. We're having a lot of these issues that, honestly, shouldn't be as bad as they are. They might still happen, but we shouldn't be forced to play with these lower resolutions. Having to play it as if it looked like it came out of the PlayStation, PS2, or Nintendo 64. It's strange. It's weird. It shouldn't be happening. If we look just on a few of these comments that I have saved up here from Twitter, from like right, not this one right here, but like right here, or they're talking about the DMCA's, but people, well, this person, for example, is just talking about how you shouldn't expect it to run on a 7-year-old console. However, it was meant to be originally on these 7-year-old consoles. It should still run to some point. It shouldn't just be barely running, if that. This person's talking as if they know a lot about the tech, but obviously they don't know enough about it to be making this kind of a comment. Yes, it's not going to run as great as it will on the newer consoles, but it still should be playable. It shouldn't ruin the gaming experience at all. Yes, you might have to play on lower resolutions, only slightly though. But in this case, we have to play at the bare minimum, which shouldn't be happening. We look right here again. This is the person right here who was talking about how it kept on crashing on them. Right here, we have another crashing person. 3 crashes in 1 hour. For me, when I was first starting off the game, I had about 5 crashes in a single hour, and it was ridiculous. And they're worried more about the DMCA takedowns, which I don't fully understand. If we look right here, everyone's complaining about the PS4, but he found some settings on the Pro that is at least making it playable, but still having to go into the settings and do so much work just to play the game shouldn't be demanded of the player, but yet it is. If we look at one of the comments down here, if I remember, we're right here from Joe. He did this. It works beautifully now, but it's not amazing anymore. It's not that as amazing as we were going to think it was going to be. However, it has stopped his major performance issues. He's still having minor issues, but most of the major stuff has gone away for him at the very least. But he's had to change these settings. Things changing from film grain to off, depth of field off, and even motion blur had to go off in order for this to actually start working for them. And here, this guy just here for the toxic players, so we're going to just ignore that comment. Play for 12 hours, no issues at all. Some people aren't experiencing any issues. Some people are able to play the game and enjoy it for what it's worth. But that's only some of the players. It's not everybody. And everybody should be getting a roughly similar experience. And by experience, I mean being able to play the game without game-breaking stuff ruining that experience. That shouldn't be happening to anybody. But yet it is. That's basically what's going on right now with this game. We're hoping that they will actually come out with some kind of patches. A lot of us are just writing on the fact of we have to wait for when the patches come out. Right here, this last little line here. CDX project did not respond in time for publication. Prior to release, the studio was reported to have undergone extensive crunch time, even after repeatedly promising it would not force its workers to do so. So it does look like they're pushing their workers a little too hard. So I don't even know if we're going to see a patch anytime soon if they keep on pushing their employees this tough. If they keep on forcing them to work. I've seen a few articles saying how they were forced to work extra days than what they were promising to their employees, saying, oh, we'll give you the appropriate time. We're not going to force you to fix it in this small amount of time. We're going to give you the time. But that really didn't happen. Hopefully we can see that patch soon, but it looks like even the employees have it pretty rough right now. But that's about it for this video. I hope you all did enjoy. If you did, like I said in the beginning of the video, leave a like, subscribe for more content. If you didn't like it, dislike the video, obviously. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I'm doing right. That's for both parties who liked it and disliked it. That way I can continue to improve these video qualities and get you the content you guys deserve to have. And again, thank you for watching. Also, catch me on Twitch at Cookiewaffles. I'll have that link down in the description, as well as join my Discord, and I can talk to people more personally there. Play games with people, just usual chit chat, and hopefully solve some issues while we're there too. So, yep, as again, thanks for watching. I hope to see you all in another video.